Hello, I'm Park Kennedy, Director of Development at the Germantown Performing Arts Center, and for the past several years, Board President of Tennesseans for the Arts. Welcome to the 23rd Arts Advocacy Day. We are thrilled to have your participation in this important event. Today, we are privileged to have a number of distinguished speakers, and we hope and believe that they will both educate and inspire you. TFTA is a statewide arts advocacy organization, and joining me today in welcoming you is our volunteer board of directors from across the state. I invite you to watch your screen as I introduce the members of the TFTA board. We have Susan Robinson from Chattanooga. She's our immediate past president. Bob Willey, also from Chattanooga, is board treasurer. Bryce McDonald from Crossville is board secretary. And we've got Whitney Joe from Memphis, who's our West Tennessee vice president. Stephanie Connor from Nashville, who's our Middle Tennessee vice president. And David Butler of Knoxville, who's our East Tennessee vice president. Also joining us are Virginia Salazar Buda from Johnson City, Debbie Koch from Nashville, Ann Locke from Nashville, Deanie Parker from Memphis, Rachel Salter from Cookeville, and Ken Weaver from Johnson City. Our theme today is Numbers Matter, and each of our speakers today will touch on some aspect of that topic. Our discussion of numbers and why they matter will focus on three major areas and how they relate to each other. Number one, the number of Tennesseans for the Arts organizational and individual memberships shows strength to number two, our legislators through advocacy, which leads to number three, the preservation and enhancement of Tennessee Arts Commission funding for arts programs and artists based on the number of specialty license plates sold. From major cultural organizations to grassroots community centers, TFTA acts as a unified voice that supports the arts for all Tennesseans in all 95 counties. We work to support, defend, and expand public funding for the arts. In addition to supporting our state's Legislative Arts Caucus, our primary work is devoted to defending the Specialty License Plate Program, which provides 80% of the funds granted to nonprofit organizations by the Tennessee Arts Commission. Here to talk more about the Arts Commission's work and funding numbers is TFTA West Tennessee board member Stephanie Connor, who is serving her third term on the Tennessee Arts Commission and her third term as Tennessee Arts Commission board chair. Few people have served Tennessee's arts organizations and artists longer and with more passion than Stephanie. As a little girl growing up in a small, rural East Tennessee county, she attended the World Fair in Knoxville. She was in awe of the various art and art forms represented from all over the world. That exposure led her to a lifelong love of the arts and appreciation of how important art is in our lives. It continues to fuel her passion on the commission and as a former chair and current vice president of TFTA. Her professional life as a congressional aide in Washington, D.C., as executive director of the Tennessee Film, Entertainment, and Music Commission, and as assistant to the governor for policy, gives her unparalleled experience in the inner workings of federal and state government and the importance and effectiveness of advocacy. Here now is Stephanie Connor to dive a little deeper into some of the numbers that matter so much.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Arts Advocacy Day 2023. I'm Stephanie Connor, chair of the Tennessee Arts Commission and a Tennesseans for the Arts board member, and I'm so pleased to join you today in discussing the importance of arts and arts advocacy in our communities. As we gather to raise our voices in support of the arts, I would like to acknowledge my fellow commissioners representing each congressional district across the state. District 1, Dr. Nancy Dishner from Jonesboro and Cindy Ogle from Gatlinburg. District 2, Steve Bailey and Jenny Boyd, both from Knoxville. District 3, Mary Kilbride from Chattanooga, who serves as our vice chair. District 4, Ann Davis from Murfreesboro. District 5, me from Nashville. District 6, Mark Burnett from Cookeville. District 7, Kurt Winstead from Franklin. District 8, Amy Rhodes from Memphis, and Jason Rudd from Jackson. District 9, Deanie Parker from Memphis, who serves as our secretary and representative on the TFTA board. Thank you all for your work and dedication to the mission of the Tennessee Arts Commission to cultivate the arts for the benefit of all Tennesseans and their communities. Putting on my TFTA hat for a moment, TFTA works to support, defend, and expand public funding for the arts, primarily the Specialty License Plate Program, which provides 80% of the Tennessee Arts Commission grants funds. TFTA's focus is precise. While we are often tempted to take on more or venture into different waters, we remind ourselves that we cannot take our eyes off the ball. TFTA's later focus on the Specialty License Plate Program is a proven effective strategy that has resulted in increased funding for the last 6 years, and we are seeing the highest demand for arts and cultural program that we have ever seen. The arts are alive and well, and with your support of the license plate program, we will continue that trajectory. This model works. I had the pleasure of serving on the National Assembly of State Arts Agencies Board of Directors. When asked what NASA is, most people think of space exploration. As the professional association of the nation's 56 state and jurisdictional arts agencies, I like to say NASA is the mothership of arts agencies across the country. This federal vantage point gave me great insight into the various funding challenges and successes of state arts agencies and advocacy groups across the country. I can tell you our arts agency and arts advocacy model is one of the most effective out there. Tennessee is often held up as an example of a symbiotic relationship between two organizations who work together and make the arts across the state stronger as a result. We have so much to be proud of. Just as TAC and TFTA come together for shared cause all today. By joining together to advocate for the arts, we help ensure the arts continue to thrive. As we move forward, I encourage you to stay engaged, stay informed, purchase your plates, urge others to do the same, join TFTA, and urge others to join us too. Numbers matter. Thank you for your support, dedication, and commitment to the arts in Tennessee.
Thank you, Stephanie. As you heard from Stephanie, 80% of the funds for Arts Commission grants comes from the sale of specialty license plates. So let's talk about that for a minute. Later on, you're going to hear a little bit more about the logistics of the license plate program. But the short version is that you can go get the fish, the cool cat, the rainbow, or the arts plate, and 90% of those funds go straight to the Arts Commission. Or you can get one of the specialty plates that shares funds with one of about 100 different charities, colleges, universities across the state. So we're pretty sure that there's one that you can identify with and enjoy supporting. And speaking of supporting, I want to turn to advocacy now. You're going to hear more about this from our next few distinguished speakers. But as I said earlier, TFTA members are visible, viable advocates for the arts in Tennessee. By working with legislators to maintain funding, supporting of the work in the Arts Caucus in the Tennessee General Assembly, and organizing advocacy events, TFTA members celebrate and strengthen the arts in our state. And here's where numbers matter. The number of individual members shows strength to our elected officials. There is power in large numbers. The number of organizational members shows that Arts Commission grantees recognize the importance of TFTA and the sale of specialty license plates. So please help grow our numbers. I hope that most of you participating today are already TFTA members. If you are, don't forget to renew each year. If not, sign up today on our website at www.tnforarts.org. tfta.org. If you're an executive director, board chair, or member, make sure your fellow board members are also TFTA members. And please do whatever you can to ensure that all the arts organizations in and around where you live are members. The cost to you is relatively small, and the benefits to the arts are enormous. Here to talk some more about that, our next guest speaker is Speaker of the House of Representatives, Cameron Sexton. In August of 2019, he became the 83rd Speaker of the Tennessee House of Representatives and has since been reelected to continue serving in this role. Throughout his time in the legislature, Speaker Sexton has prioritized the health and well-being of Tennessee's citizens. He was the chief architect of the historic and innovative CARE Plan, which was designed to transform healthcare in Tennessee to improve access and quality of care. Speaker Sexton is a longtime member of the Tennessee Legislature's Arts Caucus and learned firsthand the importance of the arts and the powerful ways they can impact youth development through his daughter Greer's participation in arts programming. He's a supporter of the Cumberland Playhouse and recognizes the critical role the arts play not just in youth development and education, but also as a tourism and economic driver. We are honored and grateful for his participation today. Thank you, Speaker Sexton.
Hi, I'm Speaker Cameron Sexton. I live in Crossville, Tennessee, home of the Cumberland County Playhouse. And the nice thing about arts in any community is how it impacts our children. I know my child Greer loves to dance, loves to perform, and we love to go to shows. And so it's a vital part of her growing up and developing her into a strong female. And I know that a lot of funding comes from the specialty license plates in the state of Tennessee, but also we need to keep that funding going and making sure that legislators understand the needs of the arts, understands the purpose of the arts, and understands the impact that it can make in one child or many children's lives throughout our state. So please get to know your legislator, get to know your elected officials, local, state, and federal. They all can make a difference in bringing arts into the community, making sure it stays strong and thriving, and giving our children an opportunity to do something that in a lot of cases they can do at home for free. So I appreciate you reaching out to your legislators, talk to them, tell them how important it is to you and your family and your children or your neighbors or your friends, because at the end, legislators are moved by the stories that you tell them, especially if it's coming from their neighbors in their district. So once again, thank you for everything you do, and it's a pleasure and honor to serve you. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker Sexton, for joining us and for your fierce support of the Specialty License Plate Program. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Senator Becky Massey. Senator Massey serves as board chair of the Tennessee General Assembly's Arts Caucus and chairman of the all-important Senate Transportation Committee. In her role as chair of the Arts Caucus, she leads the 34 Arts Caucus members' arts advocacy efforts and their work to uphold their pledge to provide ongoing support for the Specialty License Plate Program. She has served in the Tennessee Senate since 2011, when she was elected to the 6th District. A seasoned and astute businesswoman, she is the former executive director of the Sertoma Center, a company that provides residential and day services to individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities in Knoxville. Senator Massey is deeply aware of the critical role the arts play in community development and the quality of life for citizens in every walk of life. As a former chair of the annual Dogwood Arts Festival in Knoxville, she is keenly aware of the enormous economic impact that a successful cultural event can have. We are extremely fortunate to have her in our camp as Arts Caucus Chair and very grateful for her participation in today's conference.
I want to thank you for all that you do to enrich the lives of children and adults in your community across the state. I have no talent myself, but I have absolutely loved watching firsthand my daughter, who is a dancer and a choreographer, develop in her skill. And also my sister, who is an amazing visual and portrait artist. And They skipped me. God used up all the talent on them. But maybe being around my artistic family members has helped nurture my love for the arts and my desire to protect and increase funding for the arts in Tennessee as chair of the General Assembly's Arts Caucus. It's a strong and committed group of legislators, but we cannot do this alone. We need your help. This is where numbers matter. As you know, about 80% of the revenue from the state's specialty license plate program, demonstration, goes to fund the Tennessee Arts Commission grants program. But what does that actually mean to you? Well, it should mean that you and every one of your colleagues, board members, friends, and family should have a specialty license plate on your cars. It's pretty simple, really. The more license plates sold, the more dollars raised for the Arts Commission to grant more money to more organizations and artists across the state. If you'll do your part to promote the specialty plate sales any way that you can on your websites, through social media, newsletters, word of mouth, the Arts Caucus will do our part to fund your programs as well as fund new nonprofits through our omnibus bill, which shows our strong commitment to the specialty plate program. Thank you again for all that you do for the arts and artists in Tennessee. Your work matters.
Thank you, Senator Massey. Now, our next guest is a true friend to the arts community. Senator Ramesh Akbari is from Memphis, and her district includes many, many cultural institutions and arts organizations from Graceland to Stax Records. She is chairwoman of the Senate Democratic Caucus and serves as the second vice chairperson, Education Committee, second vice chairperson, Calendar Committee, and as a member of the Commerce and Labor Committee and the Senate Ethics Committee. She is a National Civil Rights Museum board member and a strong and active member of the Legislative Arts Caucus. She has a passion for childhood education and is particularly proud of the 1.5 million children who are served by arts programs in person and the 2.3 million children and young people who participated virtually last year. She continues to introduce legislation affecting education and educational policy, criminal justice reform, job growth incentives, and other areas that affect her constituents, as well as Tennesseans from all walks of life. Senator Akbari is keenly aware of the value of the arts in education and its economic impact, and is passionate about the importance of creativity in giving people a voice and in preparing a new generation for employment. Welcome, Senator Akbari.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ramesh Akbari, and I'm a proud member of the Arts Caucus. I know the difference that arts can make in the lives of our young people and our adult population. From murals across the city to music on Beale Street to dancing at the Grizzlies games, art makes the difference. It literally can save someone's life to be able to creatively express themselves, to grow into a career, and to connect with people that they have nothing in common with. Art brings people together. So I want to tell you all, this is a great day on the Hill. Thank you so much for the advocacy you do, and know that you have people who are supporting you. Now, some helpful tips. One, make sure that you come up forcefully. Strength in numbers is always important. Sometimes elected officials will say they didn't know it was an issue, but the work that you're doing puts that right in the forefront of their mind. And also know that if you feel like you're not making progress, you still have legislators that are fighting for you. So keep up the good work. Keep supporting arts in Tennessee like we all are doing, and just know that the sky really is the limit.
Thank you, Senator Akbari. Now, this year, we made the hard decision to once again have a virtual Arts Advocacy Day. There is some value added in this approach, including the money savings in gas and hotel rooms, and the fact that this format gives you the opportunity to share this video with your boards and other TFTA members who could not participate today. It's really important for your board members and your staff to hear from Senator Massey and Speaker Sexton and the other supportive legislators who are speaking at our meeting today. But as each of them has said, it's vital that your legislators hear from you, that they get to know you and you get to know them personally. And we are going to be providing that very important in-person opportunity for you to talk to your legislators this year through a series of regional arts advocacy events, which you will hear more about in a bit. We're very excited about this. This is where numbers really matter. We must show up in force. We need all of you and your colleagues to attend the regional arts advocacy event closest to you. So stay tuned for more information. Next, we are privileged to have Representative Patsy Hazelwood join us. Representative Hazelwood represents Signal Mountain in Hamilton County. She's a retired AT&T executive, former Southeast Regional Director for the Tennessee Department of Economic and Community Development, and Director of Capital Mark Bank and Trust. No stranger to the importance of the arts and the educational and cultural enrichment of the citizens of this state, she currently serves as Commissioner of the Douglas Henry State Museum Commission. She is Chair of the all-important House Finance Ways and Means Committee and Chair of the Council on Pensions. In addition to serving on the Arts Caucus, she is a member of the Calendar and Rules Committee, the Commerce Committee, Fiscal Review, the Transportation Committee, the Appropriations Subcommittee, the Finance Ways and Means Subcommittee, and the Transportation Subcommittee. And if that isn't exhausting enough, she's a member and past president of the Chattanooga Rotary Club, where she was the first female president in the 100-year club's history. She is immediate past president of the Community Foundation of Greater Chattanooga and a member of the Friends of the Festival Board and the Stadium Corporation Board. It is my great pleasure to welcome Representative Patsy Hazelwood.
Hello, I'm here to talk about arts and the importance of arts in our community and our state. In my professional life, as well as in my life community involvement, of which I had a great deal in my years in Chattanooga, I've seen firsthand the power and the significant economic impact of a vibrant arts community. I'm really proud of Hamilton County and our Strong Arts Alliance. We have a storied history of support, cooperation, and collaboration among all of our numerous arts organizations, and that's made us a stronger community. My county's art groups have done a great job of getting to our legislative delegation, but all of you can do more. There are a number of new legislators. Every term we collect new folks up here, and you may or may not know them, and they may not know about you or the arts. Reach out to them. Invite them to join you at a school program or a concert or an art exhibit. Let them find out about what you do. Numbers do matter. I encourage you to show up and show up in force. Let your legislator know that arts are important to you and they are important to the community that you live in and that they serve.
Thank you, Representative Hazelwood. Our next guest, Representative Scotty Campbell, is from Mountain City and represents all of Johnson County, part of Sullivan, part of Carter, and part of Hawkins counties. He served in the 107th General Assembly and returned to the House to serve in the 112th and 113th General Assemblies. In addition to participating in the Arts Caucus, Representative Campbell serves on the Transportation Committee, the Criminal Justice Committee and Subcommittee, and the Finance Ways and Means Committee and Subcommittee. No stranger to the workings of state government, in the early years of his career, he served as a legislative staffer for Representatives Diane Black and Deborah Maggart, and House Speaker Kent Williams. He is a radio broadcaster whose community involvement includes service on the Johnson County Rescue Squad and EMS, the Neva Fire Department, the 1st and 2nd District Fire Departments, and as a member of the Bristol and Johnson County Chambers of Commerce. Welcome to Arts Advocacy Day, Representative Campbell.
Good morning. Glad to have you all here on this virtual Arts Advocacy Day. I've already passed the first test. I was able to say virtual twice now. That's pretty good. It's a little one of those tongue twisters, right? We all have those. And arts have been an important part of my life and have impacted many Tennesseans for generations. In my home county, in Mountain City, Tennessee, which is in Johnson County, I used to watch an art form that led to me being on international television, on USA Network and on television channels around the world for one night only. World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE. Very memorable night for me. I participated in some of their performance and had a good time there. You never know where you'll end up is my point. The arts can take you places. They've taken many people to many places and they've had some great adventures. And that even, I mentioned that level of performance that ended up on television and all those things, but that I actually turned that into a small business for myself, where we have those performances at venues in Northeast Tennessee to entertain people. Isn't that what it's all about? We need to enjoy the journey. And I know that many of you do that in various capacities. Now, back in my home region, there are a lot of different organizations that participate and that have various types of activities in relation to arts. In fact, just last month, they had some scrapbooking going on at one particular location up in our region. So a lot of ways for people to express themselves, for them to share with others what's on their mind, and also their creation. It is important that we, as members of the Tennessee House of Representatives, as well as our friends in the Tennessee State Senate, that we work together with local governments, with nonprofits, with schools to try to see that arts remain at the forefront of the conversation. And I tell you, in addition to that, and the foundation that can lay for a young person, I want you to consider that there are so many funding streams that help a lot of these different organizations, but one of the most important are arts grants that come from the Tennessee state government, something that has been going on for a long time, and we hope to continue that tradition. In fact, I would love to be able to see more funding go, especially to our rural counties, of which I represent all or parts of 4 of in Northeast Tennessee. But again, I want to thank you for participating today and also encourage you, reach out to us. If there's a performance coming up and you want to get it just a little more attention, maybe a member of the House or Senate may happen to have thousands of social media followers in your particular hometown or community. Inviting them, allowing them to attend a performance may leave them with a good experience, one that they want to share on their social media, helping your particular form of art reach additional people. So I would encourage you to extend those invitations. Many of us have very busy personal lives and professional, and certainly can't attend everything we're invited to, but you may find yourself with a good opportunity and a good unexpected time. But thank you for the opportunity to talk with you today, and I would encourage you, if there's anything I can do to help you, reach out. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Campbell, for those very helpful reminders. Your insight is so important to the success of our advocacy programs. Next, I'm very pleased to introduce our next speaker, Tennessee Art Commission Executive Director Ann Pope. She is smart, dynamic, and passionate, and for almost 10 years has dedicated herself to the Tennessee Art Commission, working to cultivate the arts in Tennessee for the benefit of all citizens and communities. Ann oversees a small but mighty staff who work diligently year-round to administer grants across all 95 counties in the state. Under Ann's leadership, in the past 5 years, Tennessee Art Commission has granted and overseen 6,450 regular grants, representing an over $30 million investment in bringing arts programming to communities across the state. Here to tell you more about the Tennessee Art Commission's annual grant programs, as well as the landmark Tennessee Nonprofit Arts and Culture Recovery Grant, is Ann Pope.
Hi, my name is Ann Pope, and I'm Executive Director of the Tennessee Arts Commission. The mission of the Tennessee Arts Commission is to cultivate the arts for the benefit of all Tennesseans and their communities. Through a variety of investments, the Commission encourages excellence in artistic expression through the state's artists, arts organizations, and arts activities. That commitment has expanded over the years to increase access and opportunities for all to participate in the arts. The Commission offers 23 distinct grant opportunities and awards approximately 1,000 grants in all 95 counties each year. Grants fund operating support, arts projects, programs for people of all ages, creative placemaking initiatives, arts learning, and more. In 2022, over 14 million Tennessee adults, children, and tourists engaged in arts programs funded by Commission grants. Millions more participated in grant-funded virtual arts programs, workshops, and performances. Over the past 5 years, more than 4,500 regular grants totaling over $34 million have been invested in communities across Tennessee. Arts access, folk life, creative placemaking, arts learning are some of the primary areas of focus of the agency. Unique programs like the Tennessee Person-Centered Music Program, which offers personalized music for residents in Tennessee's nursing homes, and the Traditional Arts Apprenticeship Program, which is helping to preserve the state's unique cultural traditions and endangered art forms. In fiscal year 22, the Arts Commission administered $9.3 million in regular grants. In Tennessee, a portion of funds from the purchase of certain specialty license plates supports the arts. Each year, approximately 80% of the Tennessee Arts Commission grants are funded through the sale of specialty license plates. A total of 1,111 grants were administered throughout all 95 counties to 683 nonprofits, schools, and local governments across the state. Many of these organizations received more than one grant. Approximately 100,000 students were engaged through 286 student ticket subsidy grants to pay for buses, tickets, and artists. STS provides funding support for artists, fees, tickets, and transportation for Tennessee public schools, carrying out arts field trips and in-school artist residencies. Over 10.3 million adults and tourists were engaged in arts through programs and activities funded by Arts Commission grants. And over 3.5 children and youth were engaged as participant in arts through programs and activities funded by Arts Commission grants as well. And over 16.7 million adults and tourists were engaged in arts programs and activities offered virtually. In addition to the Commission's regular grants and other programs, the Arts Commission put forth the Tennessee Nonprofit Arts and Culture Recovery Fund proposal, which was approved by Governor Bill Lee and the Financial Stimulus Accountability Group in November 2021. This recovery fund is for $80 million over 3 years for grants to address severe pandemic-related economic harm to Tennessee's arts and culture sector. In 2022, the Commission obligated $72 million of the $80 million of the recovery fund to 154 nonprofit organizations. The recovery fund grants for the remaining funds will be distributed in fiscal year 24 to eligible Tennessee arts and culture nonprofits based on pandemic-related revenue laws. This $80 million over 3 years represents the single largest arts investment in the agency's history and is helping to mitigate severe pandemic-related economic harm for the state's arts and culture infrastructure. I would like to thank you for being here today and thank you for being a part of the arts and culture infrastructure of this state. Your work, your presence, your efforts on part of the arts and culture of this state are important. Numbers matter and you matter. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anne, and congratulations to you and your staff. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Molly Pratt, who is literally the glue who's been holding TFTA together since its inception. Her extensive government relations experience and involvement as former member and chair at the Tennessee Arts Commission, as well as in the Metro Arts Commission, have been absolutely invaluable to TFTA. She has worked tirelessly to build a close and sustainable relationship between the Tennessee Arts Commission and Tennesseans for the Arts, which has been vital in the support and continuation of the state's specialty license program, a program which has generated revenue for arts programming across the state for 30 years. Molly guided the formation of the Tennessee General Assembly's Legislative Arts Caucus and has helped us build strong partnerships between policymakers and arts advocates. Through her involvement, TFTA is regarded as a national model for arts advocacy. Molly helped create our One Message, One Voice strategy and wrote the book on how we talk about arts advocacy in Tennessee. She is the recipient of the National Assembly of State Arts Agency's 2018 Distinguished Public Service Award, much deserved recognition for her passionate advocacy for the arts. I have worked alongside Molly for the past many years now, and it's been a tremendous honor. With great admiration and respect, I introduce Molly Pratt.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Molly Pratt. I am the education consultant for Tennesseans for the Arts, and I'm happy to join you all today and give you what we annually do at our Arts Advocacy Day, which is to give you an update of what's going on at the Tennessee General Assembly. Again, this year there is an omnibus bill for the specialty license plates, and it is Senate Bill 146 by Chairman Becky Massey and House Bill 137 by Chairman Dan Howell. And the bill will be moving through. There is a deadline for filing amendments to this bill on March the 2nd. And so now that the deadline has passed, all the individual specialty license plates that were introduced by different members of the General Assembly will be rolled up into one amendment and attached to this omnibus bill, which will then travel together through the General Assembly, and it's another fail-safe for protecting the 50-40-10 formula that we all count on for funding that goes to the Tennessee Arts Commission for arts grants. This year also, Governor Lee announced his budget for the year. It'll be for the fiscal year 24, and it is a near record $55 billion budget. The budget this year has a lot of one-time money that is going to be spent, including a whopping $3 billion in one-time funds to overhaul the transportation system here in the state. It looks like the General Assembly will once again accomplish their work and adjourn sometime in late to mid-April, which is great because there's some regional events that we hope that you all will attend and another way to engage with your legislators. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you all about is I've told you this before, and I think it's important. I'm wondering if any of you all have started doing this, but I think I told you that I spend a lot of time when I'm in traffic looking around and noticing all the different kinds of license plates there are, especially those from the state of Tennessee. And I think that this is especially important because I think as you think about how you can get involved in the arts and how you can support the arts, the specialty license plate program is something that's really unique. And we are in a wonderful position because not only does it provide a great deal of resources, 80% of the money for Tennessee Arts Commission grants come from the sale of specialty plates, but it is also a wonderful way for your group or organization or you individually to do your part in supporting the arts in Tennessee. And that is by purchasing a specialty license plate, encouraging someone to purchase a specialty license plate. And the reason why I think it's really exciting opportunity for different groups and organizations to think about is this is one of those things where We have made a lot of progress. The money is really important, but there's a whole lot of room for growth. Right now in Tennessee, there are about 7.7 million cars on the road. Those are cars that are registered here in the state of Tennessee. But you know what's really interesting? Although we are increasing the number of specialty tags sold, and we have gotten more money from the sale of specialty tags over the past year, and every year we get more, we still just have a little south of 1 million specialty tags on cars in Tennessee. 723,000 specialty tags, which is an important number and an impressive number. But when you think about all the cars out there driving, it's also a wonderful challenge for all of you because we have a lot of room for growth. And that growth can help grow the number of grants and the amount of money that the Tennessee Arts Commission has to put into programming for groups and organizations and individual artist fellowships.
I'm thrilled to introduce our next speaker, Pam Breaux. Pam has been NASA's president and CEO since 2015. Pam is a true visionary, and her support and leadership are invaluable to the Tennessee Arts Commission and TFTA's work. We have a direct line to Pam and NASA, and they always answer the call. NASA's mission is clear: strengthen state arts agencies, and strengthen us they do. Pam, thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Tennessee Arts Advocates. It is indeed my privilege to be here with you today for this important day of advocacy, even if it is through the screens of our computers. My name is Pam Breaux, and I serve as President and CEO of the National Assembly of State Arts Agencies. We're also referred to as NASA, and I am so proud to be part of this tremendous virtual gathering of passionate and dedicated people committed to supporting the arts. I would like to spend a moment with you to emphasize the importance of the theme for this year's Arts Advocacy Day. Numbers matter. In your work to preserve and protect funding for the arts in Tennessee, it is essential that you have the right advocacy infrastructure to bolster our cause. As advocates, through your support of Tennesseans for the Arts, large membership numbers raise the volume in spreading the message of the arts as an integral part of our communities, our economy, and certainly our quality of life. When we make the case for investment in the arts, it is crucial that we can demonstrate the positive impact the arts have on our communities and on individuals. Whether we are talking about the economic benefits of the arts sector, the educational benefits of arts education, or the social and cultural benefits of arts participation, we need to have the facts and the data, and we need a mechanism for spreading the word about the impact. This is certainly another way numbers matter. Facts and data matter, and we know the impact the arts have. Your stories of arts impact are strengthened by including the numbers and the data. TFTA's strength is so important, and its work with the Tennessee Arts Commission is vital in championing and communicating this impact of investment in the arts. I am so proud of the work that is going on here in Tennessee, and I'm particularly grateful for the partnership between the Tennessee Arts Commission and Tennesseans for the Arts. You all have a model that works so well, and I encourage you to keep up the good work and know that NASA is here to support you and is proud to be your partner. So as we move forward with this day of advocacy, I urge you to remember the power of your voices and the strength of your numbers. They both matter. By working together, you all are making a real difference in ensuring the arts continue to play a vital role in the lives of all Tennesseans. So thank you, and definitely keep up the amazing work.
All right, now, I mentioned earlier a series of regional in-person meetings this spring. Here with details of those regional arts advocacy meetings is TFTA board member and director of the Knoxville Museum of Art, David Butler.
Hi, this is David Butler at the Knoxville Museum of Art. We're going to follow up on this great virtual advocacy event with in-person gatherings across Tennessee this spring to thank the legislators who support the Specialty License Plate Program and recognize the Tennessee Arts Commission for its invaluable support. Join your colleagues in Chattanooga on May 16th, here in Knoxville on May 18th, Memphis on May 23rd, and Crossville on June 12th to celebrate state funding for the arts and the great work that you all do. TFDA will be sending you information soon about how, when, and where to register for these gatherings. Meanwhile, put these dates on your calendar and begin to think about how to get your board members and supporters involved. Numbers matter, and we hope to see all of you at one or more of these events. Thank you.
Thank you so much, David. Again, we hope you will mark these regional arts advocacy events on your calendars now and make plans to attend. Bring your friends, bring your coworkers, and bring your board members. Numbers matter. Next, we are delighted to have Courtney Jernigan with us today. She is the owner and creative director of Knoxville Graphic House and the moving force behind TFTA's wonderful new graphics, our newsletters, our social media, our blogs, and our website updates. Thank you so much, Courtney, for joining us here today. We are so grateful for you and for all the hard work that you do on behalf of TFDA and the arts in Tennessee.
Hello, everyone. My name is Courtney Jernigan, and I'm the owner of Knoxville Graphic House. My job is to make sure Tennesseans for the Arts members are armed with all the advocacy tools they need to make a difference by raising awareness for the protection of the arts here in Tennessee. We've had so much fun creating all the branding and wonderful graphics for Tennesseans for the Arts across their website, social media, and even printed collateral. I'll be walking you through the benefits and tools easily available to you, along with new features to help you become the most successful advocate for the arts. So let's dive in. Tennesseans for the Arts website is so easy to navigate. Under the About tab, we have who we are, how the arts impact Tennessee, and the Specialty License Plate Program. Who we are tells a little bit about exactly what we do and is a great resource for you to share that information as you advocate. How the arts impact Tennessee is updated annually. The Specialty License Plate Program tab is for you to share how easy it is to get your specialty license plate. So these are fun tabs to check out on your own. Moving along, we also have TFTA News. This is where we are going to upload any news. As you can see for our events, we've got Arts Advocacy Day there, things you could have done to prepare. We've got a letter from our president and so on. Lots of wonderful information that you should be getting. In our newsletters, we typically share links to the new blog. If you would like to sign up to receive our blogs, you can also go back to our homepage and scroll to the bottom. There you'll find Get the Latest News and Updates entry. You can enter your email here and subscribe, and each time we have a blog that comes out, you will find it. All right. One of the most important tabs is our Advocacy tab. Here you will find a link to the Arts Caucus. If you're wondering who your legislators are, you can check out the Tennessee General Assembly page. If you're wondering if your legislator is a member of the Arts Caucus, we have them all listed here. This is a wonderful resource because it is the only place you will find a list of the Arts Caucus members online. Next, we're going to skip down to the arts calendar. This is very important for our members. From here, you will find Tennessee arts and culture events that are free and open to the public. We have Arts Advocacy Day today that is happening, along with all of our regional meeting information. Links to register for those meetings will be inside, and you can share this information with anyone that you want. At the bottom of our calendar, you will find the event submission tab. Here you will find a list of guidelines. One, if you want to submit event, you need to be a TFTA member, your organization does. We have a max of 3 events per month, and these have to be Tennessee events, as well as free admission and open to the public. And all you have to do is submit your event and give us a few days, and we will have it up on the website and ready for everyone to view. This is a great resource for Tennessee because there's not another statewide arts calendar. Next, we're going to go to another very important feature that we have created this year. TFTA Member Success Story. You will see this tab throughout the website, and this is for our members to come in and share an advocacy moment, an advocacy success story, share a little bit about your company or organization, or you as an individual artist, how you're advocating. Maybe you met your legislator and had a positive experience. We want to know those stories and be able to share them across our community. So we will be utilizing these for our TFTA news blogs. We will also be utilizing these stories in our social media posts and newsletters. Another tab I want to share with you today is the Advocacy Tools tab. This is a new feature that we have created for the Tennesseans for the Arts website this year. Here's where you will find all the advocacy tools that you'll need. For today, we had created all of the Arts Advocacy Day 23 shareables, from flyers to posters and graphics, things that you could hang up in your lobby, emails that you can send, and this will change annually. You'll also find links to general directions. So we'll go in here. Here you'll find out how to reach out to your legislator and all the information you might need to look up the Arts Caucus, joining Arts Advocacy Day, just general directions on how to be the best arts advocate. Next, we'll go down to sample letter to your legislator. Here you can find a template to get started. Of course, you'll need to input your own story in telling how important the arts are in your community and to you, and how grateful you are to the grants that come in. Next, we have presentation slides. This is a wonderful new option. We have here different slides that talk about the importance of art, Arts Advocacy Day, the Specialty License Plate Program. Here we've got the impact of the arts. You can download the file by clicking on the tab below, which is a great resource to you because you can use this in presentations to your board. You can use this and attach it to emails about people that are wondering what they can do to get more involved in protecting the arts in Tennessee. So this is a wonderful, great resource for us. Next, let's move to flyers, posters, and ads. If you're having an event and you have extra ad space, we have many resources here to help you fill that space for arts advocacy. We also have our different flyers you can download and different size options for your ads. we also have a Tennessee for the Arts logo. So if you click here, you'll see where you can download the different Tennessee for the Arts logo options. Another wonderful benefit to being a Tennesseans for the Arts member as an organization, if you have full board participation, there is a specific logo for you. We want to thank the Knoxville Museum of Art and Airmont School for Arts and Crafts. They have full board participation, and you can also go to their websites and see how they've used their emblem. You can attach it to printed material. You'll be able to attach it to your website and utilize it however you need. You'll also get a certificate of participation as well. And the value of this is showing everyone that sees this emblem that you are dedicated to protecting the arts in Tennessee. We also understand that file formats can get confusing. And so this is a little graph at the bottom that can show you if you're printing something, using it on your website, sharing it on social media, if you want to scale it up and down, all of those things, which is the right file type for you. Next, we will go down to social media posts. This is a great tab. We are going to be adding assets to all of the advocacy tools moving forward. So these will grow and grow and grow. So right now, you can click on a social media post and you can download it. You can see a little tab here. You can download it so that you have it and you can use it on social media to share. We also have some copy here that you can use. You can change it so that it sounds like it's more from you. It's just a guideline to kind of help you through. We have our social media posts. Next, we'll go on down. We have footers. Now, if you think, why would I need a footer? This is really neat to be able to offer to our members. So you can add it to your email signatures, to your website, to the bottom of a newsletter, in an ad. There are so many options for you to be able to use. We are trying to make this as effortless as possible for you. There are 2 different options, and you can download it right here to be able to add those to whatever documents or digital or printed that you might need. We also have a videos tab. So if you click on that, I always say the best content is moving content. Videos can be added anywhere. If you have a digital billboard or maybe a lobby TV that you have something running, you can add these to it as well. Maybe you want to attach it to your newsletter or send it out in social media. Maybe send it in an email to a friend or a colleague. You have the option to here. Here we've got Arts Advocacy Day from the past. We will also be adding the Arts Advocacy Day video from today that you'll be able to find. And this is a fun video here on how easy it is to get your specialty license plate. Anyone can do it. Thank you so much for following along with me today, and be sure to follow us on social media. I'll be posting our action items there shortly after Arts Advocacy Day today. Thank you.
Now, last but not least, our next speaker has been involved with TFTA as a board member off and on since 1999, serving as vice president for West Tennessee for almost 14 years. Whitney Joe is the founder director of Memphians for the Arts, and during the day, she is managing director of Playhouse on the Square in Memphis, where she has been employed since 1993. Whitney Joe is passionate about the arts and regularly spreads her knowledge and experience as an arts manager and as an arts advocate with other arts groups throughout Tennessee. In 2003, she was recognized by Memphis Woman magazine as one of the 50 women in Memphis who make a difference. In 2010, she was named one of Memphis' top 40 under 40 by the Memphis Business Journal. And in 2019, she was recognized as a Memphis Superwoman by the Memphis Business Journal. She was recognized not once but twice in 2012 and 2017 by Governor Haslam for her dedication to advocating for the arts throughout the state of Tennessee. Just recently, she was named by the Memphis Business Journal on the list of Women Who Lead for her strong leadership in the arts sector during and after the pandemic. Whitney Jo is a selfless, creative leader, a direct and thoughtful speaker, and an inspiration as a person and a friend. On top of everything else she does, she has been instrumental in helping put together this year's Arts Advocacy Day. Thank you so much, Whitney Jo.
Thank you, Park. What an incredible group of people reminding us the importance of standing up and making our voices heard. And the more voices, the better. Numbers matter. If you're watching right now, I know that you know the importance of the arts to our community, to our state, quite frankly, to the whole world. But how do you make your voice heard can be very overwhelming, and I get that. I have a philosophy. I actually have a lot of philosophies, but they're not all important right now. The philosophy I'm going to share with you now is when I come across a problem or a project and it seems overwhelming to me, I break it into 100 pieces or 20 pieces or 1,000 pieces. And then I pick just one piece to concentrate on. That way I can figure out that piece, get it working, and then move on to the next piece. It takes away that overwhelming feeling and that reason why I normally put things off. So in looking at arts advocacy, there are a lot of things that you and I can do, but we don't have to do them all ourselves, and we don't have to do them all at one time. So here's some ideas coming out of what everybody said today. First off, become a member of Tennesseans for the Arts. It's that simple. Tennesseans for the Arts represents us all across the state, and actually right there in Nashville on the Hill. So we need to be members of Tennesseans for the Arts. Numbers matter. And if you are a member, be sure to renew. Check your renewal. Make sure that you are current and renew today. And also feel free to make a donation too. Be proud of your plate, your license plate. The license plate revenue brings in so much money, 80% of what the Tennessee Arts Commission gives out to the state arts groups comes from the specialty license plate program. So we all know the new plates are blue and with white lettering. Take that off of your car, take it to the nearest county clerk's office. Actually, I would say drive to the county clerk's office, then take it off of your car, take it in, and exchange that plate for a specialty arts plate. You're going to pay a little bit more money, but you've done two things. Number one, you've brought recognition to the arts. You're telling everybody that's behind you on the highway, I support the arts. And that money that you paid for that little extra money for that plate goes to the Tennessee Arts Commission. And then they turn around and give it to all of the arts groups across the state. It's a win-win. You get a pretty plate, and we get more money in the arts groups. So please do that. Also, do you park next to somebody with a blue plate? Go ahead and tell them about it. Or maybe they'll see your plate and start talking to you about it. This is also a way that we spread the word. I have the fish plate. There's a cat plate. There's a rainbow plate. There are lots of plates to choose from. It's a simple drive over to the county clerk's office to make that change. So please take care of that. Now, does your organization send out newsletters or e-blasts to people all around the city and region about all of your programming and projects coming up? Add your legislators to that database. Make sure every time you send out an e-blast, they're getting a copy of it as well. If every arts group and every arts advocate in the state does that, they will be bombarded with wonderful, wonderful projects and art galleries and theaters and ballet and the works coming to their inbox all the time. And once again, seeing how many people in this state support the arts, and therefore they should too. Also, if you're going to have an event coming up, if we're having a special event or just an opening night or gallery exhibit opening, Be sure to invite your legislators. No, they may not come. They may come if they're in town. It all depends. But the more invitations they get, the more they see what is happening in their own community and across the state. So I encourage you to do that. Now, all of that really is through email and all the fancy schmancy social media, but there are some things you can do if you're good old-fashioned like me. Write a letter or a card. Send them a letter or card at least once a year, just thanking them, not asking them for anything. Just thank them for everything they do for the arts and for the entire state of Tennessee. It will really, really make a difference. I mean, when you get a thank you card or birthday card in the mail or something in the mail, it makes you feel special. I know it does me. So send them a card or a letter. And lastly, attend your regional arts advocacy event that you heard about earlier today. There'll be more information coming out over the next month or so. So plan on not only being there, but getting involved with the organizer to invite your board, invite your friends, invite other staff members. Be sure to be a part of your regional arts event. Legislators, government officials, everybody will be there. And the more people that are there, again, numbers matter. It shows the legislators, wow, look at all these people supporting the arts in our region. So be sure to be a part of that. Remind them, too, that, part of that is it's a better quality of life and economic impact on the community, the number of people employed, the hospitality industry, the tourism industry. The whole community is affected by the arts. And how do we show that? Numbers matter. The more people at these events, the more we reflect on all of that. So I could yell at the top of my lungs every day, and someone may hear me. They better hear me. But it really comes down to another philosophy of mine. Do people really pay attention when just one person says something? The more people spreading the word, the greater the impact. That's what makes the difference. Numbers matter. So what we all say together and as a group is a much bigger impact than me yelling at the top of my lungs. You don't want to hear me yell at the top of my lungs. So become a member of TFTA or renew your membership. Buy a specialty license plate. Get somebody else to buy one as well. Send your legislators information about what you are doing and invite them to those events. Write a thank you note for all they do. Attend and be active for your regional arts advocacy event. Like I said in the beginning, I don't want you to get overwhelmed. Take a step, do one of these actions, accomplish it, and then start on the next one. And remember, you're not alone. We're all in this together. You took the first step by being here today, so I thank you for that. I want to thank all of our fabulous speakers today. I would like to thank the Tennessee Arts Commission and all the commissioners for everything they do for us every day, every year. I would like to thank the Tennesseans for the arts, for they represent us in Nashville. They represent us across the state, and it's important that we all stand behind Tennesseans for the arts and make what they do just that much easier. I'm sure I have other people to thank. Oh, here we go. Okay, I would like to also remind you that this video will be available on the Tennesseans for the Arts website starting next week. And that website address is www.tn4arts.org. So be sure to check that out. That way you can remind yourself of these simple steps. You can show a friend, your board of directors, whoever might be interested or that you can make interested. It's up to you. Most of all, I want to thank you. You being here today, you taking the effort to move our arts forward in the state of Tennessee. Just take care of one step for me. Then let's talk about a second step. Thank you for being a part of our presentation today. Thank you for all you do for the arts. And remember, if we all stand together and we all yell out loud how much the arts mean, it will make a difference. Numbers matter, and you're part of our numbers. Thank you so much.